Ah, what a regal name, eh? King Edward Street. Right here on Côte St. Luc Road, St. Luc Boulevard. And this guy's about to go, it looks like they're going to go on the wrong way there on a one-way street. Very nice. And yeah, a lot of trucks over here. There's a condo being built. I wanted to film a walk on the street, but it's just too windy. It's just a consistently annoying wind. So we're going to film a walk instead on King Edward Street. And I just went to see if there was the door unlocked on this building so I could go film in a vintage elevator. Oh, they had a couple of beautiful vintage elevators, but I'll be back. I will be back. And yeah, might see an old car or something around here because I used to live around here, so I can't see fuck all in there. Anyway, whatever. So, it's still windy though. God damn, the weatherman was right. It is getting colder today, not warmer. Crying out loud. A lot of old folks live around in these old apartment buildings here, and can't help but wonder what would be in the parking garages, you know? Typical houses here. Now, by the way, this sector of the street, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is the NDG sector. It's called Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, but oddly enough, where we were at that boulevard before, on the other side of that is Côte St. Luc. Yeah. So, I felt like I had a little itch to film a little walk here. And I'm on my way to another fire station. It's in the, I don't remember, I think it's 39, I can't remember that. I never remember, 34 or 35, something like that. And I just actually filmed the fire truck 76, leaving 76 station to go fill in over there, I guess. So we're just going to walk here for a couple of blocks. Since I always need good content, nice old trees. You know, these houses don't look like much, but man, I'll tell you something. The property values in this city have skyrocketed. It skyrocketed just in the last 10-15 years. It's unbelievable. So a little house like this may not look like much, a semi-detached, but they're worth a lot of money, man. They're worth hundreds of thousands. It's fucking crazy, man. The city's become too popular, just like other big cities in Canada, you know. So look at this weird car. What is that anyway? I always forget what that is. Is it a Nissan? Fucking ugly gray primer color. Fucking boring colorless cars everywhere for everybody. Looks like a school here, eh, I guess. Now the street coming up here on the intersection, I lived here actually for a few years. It's called Chester Street. That was back in 05 to 08. Yeah, oh, look at that colorful cube truck. Isn't that something? Check that out. And they even repaved the whole damn street, it looks like. Really? Holy cow, look at that. That's surprising. Is it because they just repaved it, or is it because they actually did a shitload of work on the pipes underneath here, maybe? For a while when I lived down here, I remember there was an old Cadillac Fleetwood 77, 78 that was parked there. See, I used to live almost right at the end of the street over there. Right at the corner of West Hill. Used to live right over there. There. Lovely tree here, look at that, eh? Yeah, and now we're walking southward, heading to Summerlin Street. Oh man, you know, I forgot to mention, I was at the corner of Cavendish and Côte St. Luc earlier, and not that long ago, and I stopped in the gas station to take a whiz, drain the vein, you know. And what was the complete opposite of this ugly fucking thing that was parked in front of the store was an 89 Buick LeSabre. Typical, very popular gray color of those years. And talked with the old man for a second. He was Italian. He says to me, he says, hey, he says, I'm old school. I said, me too, man. It's the only way to roll, you know. He was telling me the car when he got it, I don't know, I had like 32,000 miles. It comes from Florida. He says he's been to Florida a couple of times. He says he's going to drive it in the winter for the second time. I said, man, I hope you had the thing rust-proofed, you know. Because unfortunately, you don't see beautiful old cars like that anymore. Even though to most people it's probably an insignificant car. It's just a nice car. But still, to a lot of us, it is significant. Because the cars today are even fucking so goddamn cheaper and boring. And look at this. Speaking of cheap. Wow. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. There's a nice Land Rover. Excuse me, pardon my French. I meant to say Toyota 4Runner. Which actually is probably the best used 4x4 you could buy, actually. I'm going to get a little shot of these doggies because they're cute. Oh, that's a pug, I think. Very nice. And yeah, well, at least the sun came out. I mean, it got colder, but at least the sun is finally out. I mean, I think it's been like the darkest November I think I've ever seen in my life. Every time I would check the satellite picture on the northeast coast, there was always clouds over Quebec, Ontario, the Maritimes. Jesus Christ, Manitoba. But then when you got south of the northeastern states, you're going into, like, let's say Pennsylvania and you know, places like that, Ohio and southern, it was always clear. I'm a little jealous of that, you know. Know what I mean? Hey, look at that, huh? Classic in its own right. Ford F350, 1992 to 96. And they were well made because there's still quite a few around. However, that being said, I think they had other gremlins there, you know, little like electric things and little mechanical problems and stuff. So, what have you. Yeah. You know, a lot of old areas like this, I can't help but think, wow, you know, you're walking along here and you imagine a Plymouth Duster or a Delta 88 or Buick LeSabre here and there, and a Datsun and a Toyota Corollas and stuff from, you know, 80s and older. Oh, by the way, if you're not familiar with my videos, these tents here, these are known as tempo tents. And they're very popular in different parts of the city, but they're also against the law in different boroughs of the city because a lot of people find them really ugly. But it's not, you know, me personally, I don't give a shit. I mean, really, it's not about if something is good looking or not, it's whether it's useful. And how could I compare that to is even like older people, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of older people don't get hired for jobs because they're old, which is fucking ridiculous. It's not about somebody's age, it's about condition. It's the same thing with an old car. If you find an old car, even if it's got 150,000 clicks on it, if everything is A1, a lot of parts have been changed, it's carefully maintained, well, it's like somebody who's older. I mean, it's just about condition, you know. That's all it is. It's as simple as that. But no, we live in a more youth-orientated society than ever. I mean, some people would say, you know, you're still young. Yeah, well, I don't fucking feel as young as I used to, let me tell you. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm going to be 42 in December. And I'm old school. And I'm bipolar. I'm visually impaired. I have arthritis in my foot. And I got a fucking hernia. So I don't really feel too fucking young, let me tell you. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it. Normally I would film longer, but like I mentioned, the thing with the batteries, they just don't seem to last very long. So I think I might. Oh, I made a mistake actually. No, yeah. This is it is a nice charger there. This is actually Feilding Street, not Summerlet. I got to go another block down. My bad. I'm gonna have a little look at this nice looking charger here. And yeah, that's about it for that. So hope you like it, guys.